Why? What have we done to deserve this?
Probably one of the only few platforms that I think I grace almost every time. I take you and then KSM, like back to back, religiously. So don't mention me sad.
Well, if
it was 1 year. That was last year, and I went home with her.
But how?
Yes, yeah. I know it's almost like me missing Rapaholic, right?
Home is home.
I know what the fans would do if I miss Rapaholic.
Home is home.
True.
Would it ever happen that Rapaholic without Sarkodie?
I always feel like it every year.
Without me.
The whole, as in,
without you.
No, actually, to even not do it in a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I think one of the producers mentioned.
Yeah, I always feel like I don't think this year feels like we should do it. But then when it gets close,
but you can't feel no. But I'm looking at a day where you wouldn't show up. You just be behind and produce.
I would like to see that.
I
would like to see that.
You did backstage.
So it goes beyond just coming to see Sarkodie. Mm-hmm. That's actually a thought that I've had.
That every year you have a headliner.
Exactly.
Like
that's the idea for This Is Tema.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, This Is Tema was started, and then I wanted it to be like, Kwesiata can head it, our two Bs will do it, which is still going to be that, because it's not This Is Tema, it's not Sarkodie, it's Tema. So, but Rapaholic, of course, I don't know how it's going to feel if I'm not on the stage at all, but I think we need to try. If it's a good show, they wouldn't.
Like what happened recently? I mean, that was
the
recent Rapaholic.
Were you there?
Oh, Charlie, small. I didn't come. Your manager didn't invite me.
Oh, so that's the beef.
Yeah, that's the beef. Yes.
Go.
He didn't invite me. Can you imagine?
The issues Angel has that he has to solve.
It not be small. My producers want lash out rough.
Yeah, but you no try. No.
They want lash out.
No,
I spoke with Hammer. I think the producers even came to me before George Quay. And then George was with me a few days before the event. So I had been through the process till... Unfortunately, that day I had an event.
Okay.
So my Christmas was also busy.
Okay.
Anyway, your song, I'll Be There.
Yes.
When you listen to it... Okay, do you listen to it often?
Yes. One of my songs that I go back to listen to.
Does it? Do you feel that inspiration anytime you listen or you play it?
Yes. I actually feel like when I'm listening to any other gospel songs, it gives me that vibe, and the production is good. So it's when you go back to listen to it. Big shouts to Kewa. Almost all the records I've done with Kewa, I still revisit. They're all very strong songs.
When you are down, what's that Sarkodie song you listen to?
I don't listen to myself because I feel like I'm just gassing my own self up. I definitely like to listen to a lot of. I think I've said it several times. Yasapon. In those times, he has the messages for. But I'm not down. It's hard for me to be in that state.
No, but you're human. You're human.
Yes, I can be frustrated about something, but I don't think, because I understand life. It's really nothing. You're going to be good, regardless. So, yes, the human bit can kick in for, but it's not to a point where I need music to, that's what I'm trying to say. But if I want to be motivated and reassure myself, my faith and all that, yes, I revisit Yalsapon's records. Yeah.
But speaking of the frustration, at a point, any of your frustrations, you just get into the booth without putting pen to paper, and then you just pour your heart out.
Some of them.
Some.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it looks like you've slowed down.
I haven't. It's just maybe my frustration now is not as relatable to maybe the masses. So you might not notice even if I'm talking about it. I think when your frustration is a lot of people's frustration at the same time, yes, it becomes like a major thing. But it could be a song that I just dropped that you think is just a regular song, but that might be my personal issue. So I do it. It's just that people have an expectation of what they think you're supposed to.
The expectation.
Exactly.
The expectation. Because I noticed some fans were lashing you hard on the economy, the current economy. Why are you not saying anything? When did you see them?
Oh, it's 24/7 for every public figure on social media. There is no way you're going out there that every day people are saying you are the best and you are king, and it's happening on a regular basis. It's not once. Yeah, of course, you have intense day where something has come up. But I think on a regular, every day, somebody has something to say. So that one is, and but bottom line is, whatever you're saying, you didn't say it before I went to do the first one. So that is not a reason that's going to get me to go and do anything. So if I want to do something, it's something I will feel like doing, and I'll do it. So your comment is not really, I wouldn't say relevant, but that's not the reason why I'll go and record a song.
Does it mean that none of the fans can push you to do stuff?
Yes, they do. It depends on what you want me to do. Some of the fans are. Sometimes I see a comment on a video maybe I dropped on YouTube, and then they will make a comment, and you can see when it's coming from a genuine place, and we have the hate type of comments, which is you will notice it insulting you for no reason. But somebody will say, "Sark, I think you are going off this way. I think this is stuff like that." Yes, I can work on.
And that you take them in good faith. Oh wow.
I'm somebody I'm not really afraid of. I actually like people who can tell me. My team is not the team that Angel will not spare. Even if I'm not going to receive it well, he'll still say it. My business partner, the same thing. She schools me like a child because she thinks we are on the entertainment side, and she understands the entertainment and then the corporate. She had to explain to me how it works. And if you want to survive, and somebody is in there who knows it, you just listen. So I don't really have a problem. But if you are coming from a place where you are trying to it's not like you're giving solution, but you're just trying to tarnish what I'm doing or trying to undermine my effort, that one I'm not. I would notice that I don't have to listen to that.
Well, listeners, in case you just tuned in, Sarkodie is my special guest in the studio, and we're talking with streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. Log on Hitz 103.9 FM. We have a lot more to talk about. Hi, I'm on my way.
Golden text.
Hi, Budo. I'm on my way.
Say that your brain they receive that one.
Yeah, no.
It be the ultimate brain they receive that one. Bang! Yeah.
I'm on my way.
Yes.
Charlie,
yes.
brothers swear that they use extra things.
Yeah.
When you hear I'm on my way, people apply. Somebody apply. I'm on my way, never it never happened.
She's still on the way.
They y'all don't come. Who just for a dresser? Yeah, we meet you me kuno.
Baby, you know.
But why they been told that?
That's the way they tell the story, you know.
No, but this, but why it never happened to you before? Hey,
I'm blessed like that. Hey.
It is say I'm on my way.
No, I'm blessed like that.
Wait, never come.
No disappointment, bro.
Yeah, the fear, so I go ask Sark because if he gets some trouble. but does Madam ask questions, especially when she hears stuff?
No, because she's been with me and I'm saying stuff that she knows I'm not even into the stuff that I'm talking about. And when I started even talking about champagne, I had never tried it. Boga, not mean too quiet.
I remember.
Right? So it's not really about what you're doing. You have to, if as an artist, you have to be able to live people's reality. Because if I'm talking about me, it might be boring because I don't do much myself. But a lot of people are going through stuff that you can just pick from. you know. And I'm a boys person. Yeah, she had the same way I never. But then you are picking, you know, these things out and say reality. I did, of course, I don't know. Why I like a customer on fire? We need to talk, Anchor.
but when
after you go come, you come your day.
we
need to talk.
We need to talk.
Motorway out to me accident.
Because you go remember.
They are assembled.
So we
need to talk. So when you get time.
But when you remember stuff like this, that you should have put in a song, and it clicks like that, or if anyone comes to mind like I forgot what happens? You start thinking of a remix?
No, not the same song, but you still have it here. That it could be another song that you can just put that phrase in there. Yeah.
So what for like features?
The thing is, I don't really sit down and plan these things. It has to happen. So, but since I have it here, if Obi like, you know, the name banner and I'm sa line ebe come and I say me I'm in so then I'll just give it to myself. But I don't sit down and plan like I'm going to do this and I'll do a song like this. I've never done that before. To plan how this maybe this is what I want. I don't do that. This is if it happens and then the cadence happen to be this way, then I'll just do it.
Let's stay on the Jams album. So the last time we met, that was about 2 weeks ago, we were having a discussion on hit songs.
Yes.
And you were even saying something about, the song you felt like it would be, yes, and that discussion, well, people were not around, so it was just us.
Yeah.
But on air, I want us to get deeper into it because I think that dedication needs to go down. And Martinez and Robert and Mbu, I'll need your input on this. About a hit song, sorry?
Why the slam name like that? It's been always always. Today we
American.
Robert, get close, right? What were you saying?
Why the slam name like that? Robert, like it.
Because
you're in a tie.
You know what I'm saying? Again, Sarkis hair, you know what I'm saying? Ja, Gia, Kaswa Van Dam. Yeah, you know what to do. I forgot that. Okay, so when you were recording the Jams album, did you have like a pan of songs that you had to select, or you did this for the album?
Yeah, so I think 2-3 songs started the album. That's what normally happens. And I think She Bad. I think the way
that's my favorite on the album anyway.
Yeah, the way I arranged it, kind of like similar. So Labadi, She Bad, and
the Cougar.
No, Cougar came late. The one with Ink Boy, 1 million CDs.
That's a jam.
Yeah, I know.
So these songs kind of like set the tone for what I thought, the project could be.
I see. Did you have any, when you finished, did you have any thought that, okay, this will be the hit? Nada.
No. I have what I liked, which is not always assured. But
which one did you like?
Labadi.
Oh, really? Was that why you released it first?
Yeah. It's still my personal favorite. It's a song that I still play in my car. When I go to clubs, I request for it. My own song. But
really?
Yeah, because there's a vibe to it when I'm playing it. It makes me feel a certain type of way. And that's why I like it.
Were you too concerned when it sounded like the previous record? There was a record that even when it came, people were saying that. And I remember when I broke the record. Sorry,
some lines with
Can Promise.
Yeah.
No, it was like the progression.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So not the words, but the melody.
Yeah, the melody.
Like the one with
which one?
The one with
Can't Let You Go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
And the one with the Nigerian guy, I've forgotten his
Yeah, because that was intentional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Promise is trying to. It's like a collage of my records. So I think he did like 3 songs.
Exactly.
I Can't Let You Go because I wait for your body. And then Anajo.
Okay.
Baby, why you doing me so? It's not living thing.
Oxlade.
Yeah, so like 3 songs, and then he put together, which was genius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But people didn't really get the vibe. So when I broke the record, I was on air saying that you don't have the moral rights to feature.
Because I wanted to go to BBC. I was there that day.
Oh, you were here, okay.
Yeah.
That day I bought. I said,
I mean Twitter.
Yeah. So okay, so you saw the clip.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
How did you feel when you saw it?
Of course, it's funny. Because I know, Andy, and I don't think that's. Of course, what you're trying to do is, I didn't. So social media can change energy towards stuff. So sometimes I can see something, I'll laugh to myself. Some I can retweet, especially the timing. So if the timing is around me promoting the song, I don't want the other energy when you didn't mean it like that, but then they can pick it up and then make it something. So that's why. But of course, I saw it. Yeah.
So still on the Jams album, then came the song with Black Sheriff,
Yes.
Big Jam,
Countryside.
and then
And that was the last song on the.
that was that the last recording you did? Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So song came out and it was all over. Were you disappointed that they are left?
This. I
Sorry?
said it was. I said it's.
Is.
Yes.
Okay. So were you disappointed
That.
that Sark Black Sharif joint had taken the lead, and it was like that was what was blazing on all radio stations? Because when I woke up and I tuned in on radio, it was like the only song I was hearing. Like, yo, it's an album. What about the rest? Can't we get the opportunity to
Also focus on.
get the people? Because for me, remember I was telling you that immediately I had it, I even forgot about the Black Sheriff thing because I knew that would be a jam.
Yeah.
So I started listening to the songs until I got to She Bad, and I was like, okay, for now, this is my
This is
jam.
your jam.
So I skipped it, started listening to the rest. Were you disappointed?
No, it's the best thing that could happen to every artist, that you have a song that people love. And I've grown to understand that you can't really control anything. The fact that you would want them to love something, you can't force them. They love what they love. And the good thing is, it's still my song. So it's not like a song that came from somewhere. It's my song, and it's huge. So it did justice to the project. What every artist will pray for is that at least you have one song that will lead your album. So now if you're sitting down and taking people through your project, you need to have a reference song on the project. So if I go to Sarkodie, I might find Baby, or no, Machete, you find Baby. Sarkodie, you find what Sarkodie and Rapaholic. I always mix it. Rapaholic had You Go Kill Me.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the biggest on that. Highest had Painkiller. Black Love had, you had Sarah, you had Can't Let You Go, Anajo. Jams, no Pressure had Non-Living Thing. And then
Not only non-living thing.
yes,
No-
that one
no
had
pressure.
almost every song on
Coachella.
Coachella, yes,
Big jam.
Coachella on. So now you need that for jams. So no matter where it comes from, even if it was the skit in the beginning that became a hit, I'll still be proud of it. Yeah.
But isn't it amazing how after all these albums you get to remember all of these songs? Like on every album you remember at least one. Chalemi and Kamri Bifimi Kamri.
Only confusion I have is Psychology and Rapaholic. That too, I'm always confused. The songs on there. Yeah.
You remember at one time we were having a conversation and I asked you, I even forced you to do some of the lines.
Lay Away, I did
and
Lay
and
Away.
and I was shocked how you was speaking it. I remember Ken Asa was saying like, wow. So after all these, like you remember every line in there.
Not
And-
for every song.
Not for every song.
No. So when a song becomes a hit, I listen to the song the same way the fans would, because it's a hit. And you can even, your own song, you can run away from it. Because anytime that you're somewhere, they're playing it. So you have to catch up with your own lyrics. Some, if it doesn't become huge and it's not my personal favorite, I can forget because I don't listen to it back to back. I wouldn't say personal favorite. It's just I don't give it too much attention. There are songs that if I'm supposed to perform, I will struggle because I wouldn't remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, She Bad. We're live on Hitz 103.9 FM. King Sark is my special guest in the studio. She bad. So what? When you're recording with them, what you fly them in?
Some they were here already, and then some I was there, and then some they did it. And sent
Where was Cranium? Did he come down?
Yeah, that was Rapperholic when he came for Rapperholic.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, and he kept it all this while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm fan to.
Oh no, so no cannot at all. Like
he's fan to out.
Oh, but say until it's ready. I mean, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you were telling me about the emoji song that it stayed for what, 2 years?
No, it's almost 9.
9 years.
Yeah, it's 9, 10.
Okay. When did you record the Bob Marley song?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I had the info. That you had it. You this was in 2020.
Yes. Yeah. That's how long.
And funny enough, Undertoner.
Yeah.
Why is it ripe for it to come out now?
I think it's up to his people when it's ready, and then it's a big moment that has to be presented the right way. You don't want to interfere in their process. So I think the hold up wasn't necessarily intentional, but keeping it under the wraps was intentional because they have to wait till they're ready. But I think it's a whole project. It's not just it's an African project they're doing. So and then I happen to be the lucky one to have the first release, and then after that they have more coming. So they had to make sure they have everything ready before they're good.
So is it going to be like the project they did with the first one that featured Lauryn Hill, Busta Rhymes?
Exactly.
Oh, so this is the part 2.
Yes.
Oh,
with
amazing.
Africa.
Amazing.
Because I think they said personally he has this attachment with Africa, and I heard he had his biggest concert in Africa. I forgot the country. So
I think the one with Zimbabwe.
I think so. Yes. So that's what they said, that his connection with Africa is very deep. So that's why they're doing this project to honor, that love that he has for Africa.
So did you choose the song, or they chose and sent it to you?
Yeah. So I had options, but then I went for Stir It Up.
Oh, you had options.
Yes.
Oh wow. But how did you get the link?
So these things, how it happens is it's not that like they're there and they're saying Sarkodie is the one that they're. What happens is they're doing a project. They need African artists, and then whoever is in charge of the project will be looking for artists that they think will suit, the project. So it will be all will be presented, and then they will have to choose who they think is good. That's, I think, before they had to even reach out and say, we have this and we'd like to have you on.
Oh wow, yeah. I see. So then we may have other Ghanaians on the project, maybe.
Yes, even till now I don't know who's on there.
Yeah, because of confidentiality.
Exactly.
Well. Okay, right. I see. So with this Bob Marley project, was this the reason Posy G made the comment that you're going to be featuring someone bigger than Jay-Z?
You have to ask him, but that was definitely a time where because Posy G knows me that I'm very discreet when it comes to these things. So, but I think his point was coming from pure joy and being happy for whatever that's happening. So, I don't think we really had a conversation. We had a conversation when I got, because that information came. I was in the air.
Okay.
I mean,
in a flight.
So when I dropped, as soon as I got off the flight, I called him, and actually I was a bit out of character because I was like, no, this is not something that I want, and that's I said in the beginning, this energy, I don't want people now thinking about, you think you're doing something against something. Like, I don't want all that. It's just music we're doing. It has nothing to do with anybody, So he didn't have that thought, but for if it's this, then you have to ask him himself, because he said it. I didn't ask him to go and say it. So now, to Posy G.
So now, do you feel like you featured someone bigger than Jay-Z?
I don't think that's a thought. Because I have to be honest, it's not my thought. It's not because it's bigger than Jay-Z or bigger than who, because that's perspective. People can actually think, I don't want to mention it, but everybody and what they think because sometimes you think somebody is huge than somebody. You go and ask somebody, the person doesn't know about the person you're talking about who is huge. So it's relative, and it's not really about that. That's not the point for me. I think anybody who gets a chance to lay your vocals right next to the original vocals of Bob Marley, I don't think anybody would take this as a small situation. You know, it's a very big honor, and it was I was super nervous.
Really?
Yeah. Even doing songs with Obrafo, I get nervous because he doesn't curse. There are certain rules that it's like unspoken rules about Obrafo, because you listen to his catalog throughout the whole years. There's no song that has any type of
curse.
Exactly. And then working with me, then I have to sieve myself to work with him. So imagine Bob Marley, and yes, Bob Marley and what he stands for, and the type of music he does, and his state of mind. So you have to. So Stir It Up was easy for me because, of course, it's love. So you can get away with it a little bit and be, But if I chose any of those, I have to be in the zone to be able to get to that point. Because I had options like that. There were songs like that, but I knew that I wasn't mentally there. So I had to choose the one that I could do.
Legendary. Yo.
Man, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. But the fusion of Chi.
Yes.
Yes. I was following, there was a conversation going on, especially with the language, and it's international. But Mali is this and is that, and Sarkodie bringing it, and still people coming. You still hold on to the fact that you're representing your people and you won't forget your roots, and that's what you're easily familiar. That's what you're familiar with, and it helps with your flow. Could that be the reason? Again, do not take me out of context, because I've listened to you do some English lines, and just the Chi was like in my new. It was just a little bit of that, and you still delivered. And yes, I mean it sucked. Forgive me. Yeah, but why that inclusion?
So the story was same thing. I thought normally I would first thought to be Chi, but when the call came and then I had to do the thing, I thought the same way people were thinking, that I need to do a lot more English, where the family wouldn't know whether you are saying something that they don't like, so you have to say it in English so they can hear it. And then the feedback was they want more of your language, because that's why they're doing an African project. I don't think you want to go to China and hear an American slang out there, because that's not what they're looking for. They come there, they are coming in to tap into what you guys are doing. So that is what I had, and then I had to. So it was the other way around. It was a bit like 10% Chi and then dominated by. So if the halfway was a bit English, so that was dominating in the beginning. Then I had to change it into rapping in Chi. That's what they loved, and then I had to translate it in English to them.
When the song came, when it was released, did you sleep that night?
So because it's been 3 years, I've already come. It's like it's out already in my mind. Oh, because I've listened to it over and over again.
Oh, you had a copy.
Exactly. So it's not. I was like, oh, finally we can drop. But I don't think it's. If it came out at the same time that I recorded, that would be the feeling you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. But now it's like, oh, I know what it is. We have shot the video. I've watched it. So.
Did you see the negative comments that came? Some of them. I was amazed.
It is expected, because you don't want to. There is nothing that you can put out there that you expect 100% positivity. It's not even real. So that is not a shock factor. I knew that this is obviously going to have counters coming in. I tried to limit the percentage a little bit, because I know it's going to be there. But the comments like the one you just said in the beginning about Pussy G, I know that could also be a factor where people think that is what I am thinking, because the person is close to me.
Sir, please get closer.
Because the person is close to me, so whatever he says, they think I'm thinking. So that can also affect the impact of what we put out. But I've seen a lot of people who really are enjoying it, and the point is, I did a record with one of the biggest people you could ever think about, and that's where it ends for me.
Did you hear Shatawale's comments about you featuring? At least you worked with a ghost.
It came out of excitement, probably.
Did you take it to heart?
I want to remember a situation that I've taken to heart in the past few years. It's hard. My issues that I take to heart is a broader issue. It's not limited to human beings, like personal human beings. It's more of things that I want to see change. It's not somebody said something, because everybody's going to say something. So that's not what gets to me. It's more about this industry and how I think we've had conversations about, So that's, to me, that's what will get to me. Not an individual sharing their opinion. No.
I mean, where the funds are pouring in and trying to, you don't get distracted at all about these.
It will actually be hurtful if you don't get that, because that's when you are not necessarily important in the conversation. Because if it's you, it's very. I thank God that you can cause that type of attention, that people actually care, whether it's hate or love. It's because you need that reaction to weigh where you are, in life. So, I think it's in all, I see it in the good side of it.
But don't you get disappointed that your own people, like, Charlie, we're colleagues?
We've been through it over and over again it's sad to say, not necessarily accepted, but as expected in a way. So a couple years back, yes, I'll be shocked. I was like, we're doing something so great. Not just me, even other artists, when I see people treat them like that when they have done something amazing, because I feel, but everybody has their principle. I have my principle. I don't necessarily love everything that anybody does, but my principle is either I'm about to uplift or I don't care. So it's two things. I don't have to put what you're doing down because I don't know what you are thinking while you're doing it. If you do something that's foul, like evil, bad, of course people can comment on that. But I think me having my opinion, that's going to degrade your effort. I don't think that's what I would do. I would choose not to care about it. But that's my rule. So I live by that. But I can't control how other people react to situations. Yeah.
There are comments pouring in for you. I'm going to read some of them and then I get my elders in the studio. Elombini. Big shout out to Elombini. He says,
that's my guy.
Yeah, good guy. He says, Senior, good morning to you and Sark. Just two simple questions for him. Meanwhile, I see three. It happens to a writer. Well, he says, number one, how did you manage to get Cranium to flawlessly sing in Chi? That part of him doing Chi is quite therapeutic. Should I read all of them? So you answer?
I can answer that. So that was just the recording session, and then of course you know how studio works. When you're working, actually, when a lot of artists are working with me, and then they're not Ghanaians, I want them to sing in our language. Okay. So that's the same thing that happened. I just gave him the words, and then he used it.
Okay, but was it difficult? I think there was one I saw. It was so funny.
For Wakomano, it took him like a lot of takes.
It's
more of he hears wafa all the time instead of fawa.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Number two says, also, did you record Over Me directly with Sina Soul in the studio? Because her vocals were so powerful. Sark, make Our Lady overstretch herself to make sure she delivered good on it.
No, so I sent it to her. That's one of the best vocal performance I've heard. And then I think she's actually extremely very good.
Too much.
Sina Soul's voice is like something that can represent us on an international scale, and I know it's gonna get there. I don't know which song. Like when I saw Can Promise, I knew it was gonna be huge. I didn't know how, but I knew that it was gonna be good. And Sina Soul has that approach. So yeah, I sent it to her. The only part that I added was the end when it said "Over Me," you did over. That melody came when me and Can Promise were in London, and then he was humming it, and I had to send her a voice note to sing that. So
I see. Countryside with Black Shaif dear. My voter DJs be banging it back to back. Okay, so that's not a question. All right. Wait. More comments. Okay, George Quay. It says, Minia, you have a legend in the studio. I've worked with many artists, but I can tell you for sure that when it comes to work ethic, deep interest in the process, solid commitment to the final output, and general concern about the grand look and feel from start to finish, Sark is one of the very best we have around. I pray God continues to open doors for him. It's always an honor to work with him. Kudos. Well, that's from George Quay.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Brad George. That's it.
Okay.
No, but before you skip that, George's commitment to this industry, we can't rule that out.
Charlie.
Over the years, I don't know who has been this committed to us and serving us selflessly. You can see when people are doing stuff for favors in return. George literally just want to see people win. And big shouts to Boo, who is here at the birth of Rapperholic. These people are people that just lay down themselves to make us, who we are. And big shouts to Mr. George, still here. He literally just hit me up. I don't know. I asked George, does he have a life outside our industry? Because he's always talking to somebody, trying to do something with the person. I just shot a short clip somewhere in Accra. I just called him that I just needed a place because he had a link to it. He had to he's literally the director for what I did because he had to move from work and come. So big shouts to his commitment. I really do appreciate it. I've told him already, but I have to say it on here that the industry need to celebrate George Quay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, more comments. Let me read them. Pour them in. I have time for you. Well, your African says, boss, it's about time we stop asking some questions which is not relevant. Asking Sarkodie about what Shatta said is not relevant. Please, let's see what your presenters who are looking for him to ask such a question. Enough respect. Well, thank you. Then he shouldn't have said that. Does that mean... Okay, no comment. Let me just do my work.
You don't want to take...
No, I see...
You don't want to take opinion.
No, I've taken it. That's what I said.
So let's move on. Don't catch feelings. They're too touchy. Masa. Masa, send in capital letters.
Why
It is my opinion.
Excuse
me. It is my opinion to walk you out of the studio.
I will not go anywhere. Like the show could stop.
You did here.
opinion to sit down?
What do they talk about? Masa. The court cases I get no chow. I want another one. 2023 be violence.
Hey, I mean,
Hey,
they don't use that language.
Masa, tell her what you're saying.
I heard myself. GOK break says, I Sarkodie just don't love what everybody does, but that's my principle. Efia Kumsi says, Andy, please ask Sark what he has to say about Nasty C's comments about Sark not shaking his hands. 1. Number 2, why did he choose the album title Jams? Number 3, can he tell us a little about how Bob Marley's team and his team were contacted? Well, he has answered that already. So yes, 1 and 2.
First one was
what do you have to say about Nasty C's comments about you not shaking his hands?
I think I'm always surprised when people are like, they feel disappointed when maybe something doesn't go how they expect it to be. I'm not ruling out the fact that it might be true what you're saying, but we all go through it. Like, you have tried to reach out to somebody, but you see, if I respect somebody, I'm not necessarily mad at the person. That's their choice. If they are being rude and trying to tell me, if you do something to me, that's different. But if you didn't do something for me, I don't think that's a problem. So I was just saying sorry to start with, but at the same time, don't get it twisted and throw in certain conversations like I'm reaching out and you are declining, whatever. So that's me addressing that part, because that wasn't the truth. So I had to address it and then make you understand that sometimes it's just your own expectation that's really getting you disappointed, not necessarily what the person did.
So you replied him?
Yes, yeah, in a way, because I had a few things I wanted to say before 2023, and then that happens to be one of the conversations.
Are you expecting a response from him?
I don't expect anything from anybody, but then if I feel like if I want to do something, I'll do it. Yeah.
If he comes at you like a response, sort of, you're a bigger artist.
I can never predict that.
But just in case, will you
can
go back and forth
no,
with him?
I would never say.
Never.
Exactly.
You will never say never.
Exactly.
So what you said in the song, you almost say, "Yes, I better be for already."
Yeah. If I want to, yeah.
Hey.
Soldier is always a soldier.
They must say they are no. Okay, Igbeni Dagbeda says, Andy, please ask Sarkodie if the kind of profane or suggestive lyrics he puts out in his branding or is just a dream. Oh, Charlie.
Was he specific on the lyrics?
Yeah, they are lyrics. Okay, Olasti says, Andy, as the bigger than Jay-Z track is out, no, stir it up. So right now, if Jay-Z plays a call for a feature, will he consider him? And landlord Sarkodie, please, what are we building for Bob Kofi Olasti Mali? If you answer the Jay-Z,
of course, you run with immediate effect. Yes.
Man like Pilato says, good morning, Brandy. Tell King Saka they feel the tone you using saying, I put in a lot of work, so they call me the landlord. The way that thing they be me, landlord what it. Okay. Eagle Eye 7 says, Andy, you know what's up? She Bad is a jam. Now, Adam Tatome says, matters of the heart. Samini pours out. Yvette Sakwa, is it the first time? It seems, wait, Charlie, that's quite a lengthy message. Okay. It seems more than 7 musicians feel Sark know they return favor. Adam, EL, Freddie Mayway, Yemi Alede, Kwakese, Sharif Agunu, GH, and now Samini. What runs through their disappointment is the fact that after agreeing to be on a project with them, he later refuses to return their calls and messages. He ignores them. I think in current digital climates, the success camp needs to be worried and proactive about reputation and perception management of the brand Sarkodie and better reach to these aggrieved colleagues for them to even do a damage control on their behalf to clear some of these things online. They may think it will die naturally when they come up, but what they forget is their performance history, which makes people dig into the past when there is new issues to make their case, like I have done. This means issues never die naturally, especially when not dealt properly. In this regard, anytime an issue pops up, try and solve it to its logical conclusion, else the day something comes up, it will be used as reference against you. Organizations and individuals should take serious perception management if they really care about their public image. Thanks. All right, so that's Adam Totome of Ghanaian Times. Quite a lengthy message.
But there was a lot to pick from it. I think he has a point. Yes, I picked a lot from the angle he's coming from. It's true. As much as you think something might not be true, so you think it will die off, which it does, but there are certain people that will keep that in them because they never had clarification to it. So, yes, makes sense.
Now, I woke up with a lot of comments, and Samini, coming up with some. There were a lot of tweets on Twitter going on. He says, not sure I'll need. Okay, someone looks like he says, I did Love Rocks for free under 24 hours. He's just alone when it comes to returning favors. That's all. Unlike him, I do my own hooks and verses. I don't need features to blow like I die. You know what time it is, Sarkodie? We should direct. He says, not sure I'll need a verse from Sark, but if he ever does need one, I'm not interested, and that's facts. He knows this himself. Sometimes I don't play that. Yes or no be problem for him, so it go slow you and your project go dull. He did it to me on Burning EP. And he says, I got nothing against Sarkodie, and he knows it. He also know that he owe me personal apology for the blue ticks after having me send 3 tracks and he choosing one. After asking me if it was a single or an album, to which I answered it's an EP, he's like, cool, he's here to respond. So these are tweets from Samini.
Yeah, the same way it caught everybody off guard. It's the same. So we'll just have to get the details as to what actually could be the issue before we can actually comment, because you don't want to say stuff, because I don't know where he's coming from at this point. So when we get to what it is about, we'll definitely put a comment to it.
Well, where he's coming from is the fact that
I understand the tweet, but what I'm saying is it could be more than that. So you have to be very careful how you because I always treat things how I would. I see things how I would have reacted, which is wrong, but then that's my logic, because before I will come out there to say something, I might have told you already, right? So if Andy Dusty, you're doing something I tell you on WhatsApp, I will tell you that this and this and that. When was it? Did I call you?
You've not called me in a very long time. But we've been chatting.
Did I call you on? I don't want to be specific on a case. I think there was something you guys were discussing here.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember. So the day I was with you, we go chop fufu away. Oh, it was you.
I mean, what did we discuss?
No,
I think it was a
no, please.
Don't bring me coming.
no. They would a chop for food for some joint.
But
I didn't show
say we
you.
discussed something on air. It means
Yeah.
I'm not on air
That day you were on air. I think it was a tiny issue.
So I called you, and we had a conversation. You know, I told you my point of view.
Right.
Or I wrote you
pay the
something.
2,000 for 10.
This is why, see,
Maybe the thing.
I said my make kind.
Oh,
So my
I see they kick me now. You now you kick you small. I just said you're like
why you get it, you know. So my point was, because I felt a certain type of way, I'll hit you up and say, oh, this and that. Yeah, and I doubt that personally having issues with people would make me want to like let the public know, because Twitter is not gonna solve. I don't think you can even actually make your point on Twitter. They will dissect it and make it look a certain type of way. So if I have a personal issue, even if you are actually wrong, I will have to tell you, Bulldog, whether you respond or not. At least I've told you. So that's why I want to know exactly what it is before you make a general comment about it.
I see. All right, guys. So we are live on Hitz 103.9 FM. Kinsaki is my special guest. And Dusty, please ask Sarkodie on whether he really has a song with Kanye West or not. MOG tweeted something like that a few months ago. Richard from Spintex.
Yeah, sure.
You think he will say it?
No, I don't have a song with him.
Okay. Cambodia, my guy. Cambodia fixes cars, man. He fixed my car recently. Was I tell Sarkodie that I greet him and Black Nana, they should look for me small way back in Tema Community 11. If you're a guy, eh? Yeah, Cambodia. Okay. Hey. Okay. Hey, Samini is saying something. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Charles, Ayalolo boss, he says, and it was there, put Sarkodie and his family in the Ayalolo bus when they arrived from London during the lockdown. I personally held his wife's bag into the bus. I think you didn't know who I was then. I'm a big fan. So Sarkodie and his family rode in one bus from the airport to their hotel for quarantine. Oh, wow. Hey, Charlie, so this quarantine thing, the time they go lock you up for...
Yeah, Alicia.
Hey, Charlie. Okay. Now, showing off MPP colors in a stirred out video, people say he confirmed that he's MPP by showing the flag. Fred from Amasama. Charlie, today there. So this Fred from Amasama. Sack. Was that intentional?
Said there was a
Fred from Amasama says...
So I had to actually go and watch it back again.
Okay.
The video,
so you've seen that comment?
So the video, well, the part that you saw me in is the only part that I was there. Every other thing that I had no idea, because it's not my video. I didn't control the cutaways. So you saw
Bosco.
Yeah, Daddy Bosco. I had no idea. I saw Daddy Bosco. Say, no mo nim nipa ko te hono. So if you ask Bosco, I didn't call Bosco that you have to be in the video, right? So and he didn't even know that was the video.
For a minute, I had to rewind to check whether...
Yes, it was Daddy Bosco. Yeah. So I saw it the same way. That's the same thing with everything, because these are white people from somewhere. They're shooting. You know the flag is MPP, NDC. They're just shooting it. So, but I get it. You know, just propaganda.
So who brought the flag there?
I think it's just, you have flags around. Because in the shot, I think it was somewhere.
From the comments, I thought you had wrapped yourself with it. Like, hey, no.
Oh, God.
Okay. Oh, Charlie Sack.
But
Charlie,
there's nothing wrong even if he's MPP. What's wrong with that?
I've not invited you. I've not been to court yet. He doesn't fear the court. I do. Bulldog. Ha!
What he's saying, there's nothing wrong.
Onwaka is a killer.
Break hits.
I think if we are going to do the best of what we're doing, and the people that makes me put out my best, that's MOG and Pussy G, I would definitely need them to be part of the project. And they were open to that because they want to tap into a sound that they are not used to. So also they wouldn't want to because how many remixes have they had of Bob Marley's original record? And that's always them choosing the sound. So they can also let go to a different territory to dictate how the sound should be.
But this song has not been touched before, right? Like there's no remix.
I think when they did,
there's been covers. Or?
Covers they play.
No, but I mean, like this one, it's never.
No.
happened.
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
On the first project, I don't think anyone touched it.
And this be for
I don't-
Africa.
I don't
Me,
remember.
I said it before Africa. Forget Ghana, safe. Africa. Yo, bamba.
Hey,
Say, man,
but you cried.
man, can't the account.
I can predictable. So I like Sark's mentality. The best way to kill a story is to be quiet. Okay, right. Ike unpredictable. The unpredictable. Okay. Sparrow Bob says, "Good morning. Shout out to the landlord. It's annoying how some people are saying the rap love on the song, the rap love on the song. The story that what did they want him to stay? But it's a love song. It's a love song. Baroski, the new one, says, please ask Andy, ask Sark, how did he translate the lem part to Bob Marley's team?
Oh God.
Then he says, please, when are we getting Rapaholic in Kumasi? Has Rapaholic been in Kumasi?
Yes, we did that some years back at Royal Alameda.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
but
I remember, I think.
this year, if not even Rapaholic, we're definitely doing a big show in Kumasi.
Oh, this year? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
When is the announcement coming, Charlie? We
Yeah.
He just did.
We are.
Oh, there's a lot more to say, man. There's
Exactly,
a lot more to
details.
say. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Violence. Nana Kwesi says that the Samini Dagati level, the respect earned, the love it pains when he's seen go on that tangent. Very sad. Got a problem with the brother he can find easily. Social media is in the way for people like him. Guess he's human, and I got to limit my expectation. I don't really understand the.
And don't read it.
Well, like, yeah. Kingdom Malik says, please, Andy, this question is very, very important. Ask landlord if he was high just like Bob. I mean, did he take the thing before composing this? Okay. Kwame Dai says, Andy, please ask Sark to tell we the youth how to blow up and stay relevant like him.
Wow.
That's
serious.
yeah.
That was going to be my question when
Yeah.
we open up the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, how do you do this? You know, you have too many. Like the successes be too much.
The what?
Successes.
The-
Successes.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying? And a minute ago you were talking about something and you said you were in the air, you know, and you had to qualify it and say in the plane.
Yeah.
I was receiving it from a spiritual standpoint that this is an eagle flying. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yo, Charlie, tell us how you do. I mean, that's my thing. Like, how do you? I know we've had this conversation too many times. Anytime we meet, you know, but let the people hear it. Like, how do you do it? Like, you know. Yeah.
Yes. So that's a question that even myself, I would have to like. I always because I get asked that a lot, even from the artist, and it's hard to answer because I think I'm living my life the way I see it to be lived, and then it happens to be that okay, that you've stayed relevant, but it's not a deliberate attempt to stay relevant. That is why it's hard for me to. But I can see traits that obviously that could help as well. I think how you handle situations going forward, because it's a long journey, so you can treat it as just here and there. Because if it's a long journey, you could park at Linda door and have some food and wait. Because you never know. Because we be our bread. So just taking the time, because so how you treat every situation is very important. That can one thing can just stop everything that you've built for. So that's how I would see. That's one thing I think is key. How you treat everything, and nothing is really real. There's nothing like defeat. You have to accept it. People will tell you that you're done, and actually when people see Sarkodie, they're like, oh, on Twitter you're like the most loved. You see that because I focus on the love aspect of it and what people think Sarkodie is this, Sarkodie is that. But then any other thing I know comes with it. So don't be in a rush because you're in your feelings and you want to maybe say something you might, or do something, and you might stop this long legacy that you're trying to build. So I can say that. And also having the favor of God as well on you. I've said that time to time, that's very necessary, that you have favor too.
Wow. Wow.
Just Quay is back. He says, Charlie Sai just made me tear. Let me also take this opportunity to thank my big brother Bulldog. I probably wouldn't be here if he didn't get me into Charterhouse. God bless him too. Wow.
Boodia, OG.
Yeah, it's not about me today, it's about Sack. Listen, you know, when...
I should listen to it.
So this is what I got from all Sack said, yeah, and if anybody is listening to me, it's like brushing your teeth. You can't stop brushing until you are dead. It's a lifestyle. You have to live it. Got to sleep as I know draw nashi or show or drawing she or shot ona. You can't stop.
Why is it that you every time
I can't speak Ghana?
You can speak Ghana, but why must you be saying all of this?
What did I say? It's show nashi.
I
said like it's a lifestyle.
So one can run.
I just want people to understand. Maybe the other coin me breaking it down. And I said, man, can you?
Ongoing.
Who know the speaker?
Who know the speaker?
Some. If you say planes, I don't go. I know.
All the shishi.
Yeah. Those ones, I don't go understand.
Don't mind now, this guy. It's for do I'm like you they live. That be all basically.
Robert?
Basically, yeah.
So what's on the bucket list now? Not yet ticked.
Going beyond music and all the things that I've had to complain about in the same system that I've been in. Try to do my quota, to not solve, but at least, if not solve, at least be on a path to try to solve the things that I wanted for my industry. If those things are done, I think I'll be fulfilled to a certain extent.
Can you share some of them?
Some I can't, which is very important because if you're solving these things, it's hard to like openly discuss them. I learned that some time ago that yes, advocacy is good, but there's certain issues where it doesn't need that. You just have to put action to it, and then behind the scenes you can work. But I think as we all have a fair idea that technically there are things that I will not even say Ghana, Africa, we are yet to sort out for our music industry or entertainment industry to be respected. And the fact that the people, let's say corporate or even government, to see the importance of our industry, because people literally hear entertainment and they think literally that's what it is, that we're just entertaining and that's it. But every part of our life as humans needs us. You can't do without it. And even if you are not, it's not even about emotional attachment to it. Even business, if you're talking business, there's a lot of businesses that they are rating as high business that brings money to the continent, but you're living one of the biggest commodities that we have, and it's not been tapped. I mean, I think it's been how we've been having our conversations with the people that need to understand. We have been built the skill to make them understand, to speak their language, and that is what I'm trying to work on. That if I could round up some of my people in our industry so we can change that narrative and have these people come in, support, so we can, get some things right. Because I've had conversations with certain people in certain countries where they had the same issue, but then they had a way to go about it to explain for people to understand how to even present your documentation for them to go like, okay, this is worth us coming in. So those things is like dear to my heart at this point.
A big kudos to you, because at the end of the day, you've achieved this height by not being signed to a label. Mm-hmm. So the question here is, if you had to do all over without, would you want to be signed onto a label, or you'd still want to go the same path?
With working with a big machine is very necessary, but I think as individuals, you should know what you can work with and what you can't. We have artists who are definitely supposed to be on their label. Both sides are good. We have the advantage, disadvantage, but we have certain artists that you don't have to go to Sarkodie route. I will still do that because as a person, that's how I am. I'm very hands-on already. So if anybody should be in charge, they might have to be like 100 times, which is always hard to find people like that because I would be I'm too hands-on with it. And people are okay with allowing people to move. When George said what he was saying, he mentioned something, I want to be a part of it. And Boo was there when Rapaholic was going on. I had to be there from like the get-go to get everything. Like, so such a person, it's hard for me to like leave everything in charge with some people to be in charge of that. I will panic, it will affect my creativity, all that. So me, I can't deal with it, but that doesn't mean it's wrong to sign to a label. So I think moving forward, I root for a lot of artists to actually sign, to have a big machine. So we can have at least few artists who can take us to that higher height. Yes.
So in the spirit of, so what I'm hearing is that you're a builder, and it's not like you're waiting to watch the building go up and then come and just sit in. You want to be part of the process.
Exactly.
And since you have so much love for the industry and there are things you want to literally change, I'm just going to take this and, probably move it back into the space of you having a label.
Yes.
And putting people out there. Is that like going to be the next phase of Sarkodie?
That is one. I think having a label and signing is one. You can actually just co-sign as well and actually give opportunities to artists and link them up with people that and actually even recommend artists and just say, this guy is actually good. You could just present the person to Bulldog. Bulldog will make the person a star. I don't have to be the one to do it. But then to get to Bulldog, I might be the reason. But I think that side, we've been doing it throughout our career. I think what we're trying to do is, after that, how do we put all of this under one umbrella, monetize, and make it make sense? Because just coming out and being a big artist and then there's no structure, if you're not personally somebody who likes to maybe do business or be economical or whatever, which is more of morals, But I think there should be a base where whether you have morals or not, people will choose wealthy lifestyle, being rich, but then the basics of having your royalties or whatever being given to you, whatever you want to use that money for is your personal issue. But I think that base should be there. That is my focus.
I get what I'm trying to. So like because I know with respect to you did something with Akwaba and Co.
Yes.
In the past. I'm just trying to see if it becomes like a
like
main
a thing
area
where,
like this is what I'm going to do. Like I'm going to like I have the formula, so I'm going to use probably the path I went through, and I'm going to use that as basis to be able to push the next 5 or
exactly.
the next 10.
I get that point perfectly. So what I'm saying is, where my mind is the end game after you do that.
Okay.
Because just having an artist, I'll still put them out. They become hits, but then we still have we have artists who are big and still complaining about the structure.
Okay.
Right. So that is what I'm talking about. The end product.
The structure.
The structure. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So the last one.
No.
With respect to structure.
No, I just want to add to what he said. I think what you're hoping to do is laudable. I think our biggest problem is that everybody in the space is passionate and not business minded.
Exactly.
Now, the business people need, or I don't know, they need to see what we're trying to do or what we've built thus far, so that they can now take it to where you're saying. Because if you're going to now champion that, it might affect passion, it might affect creativity, because it means you have to put that on the back burner and now move into that space. I'm sure you'll be walking into different rooms, like powerful rooms. You'll say some of these things, but to really, really champion it, you really need to have time, dedicate yourself to it, because and I believe it means retiring. Yeah, because this is a big job. You remember we had a discussion even way before him that, look, we're talking about, I think, folk music, and you spoke about people who wrote what folk music is, as in the writing, and those who actually
live it.
There are two different people. That's where I think we should be now, or people should take, and there are too many examples, yourself and your other colleagues, that are doing the right things. Look at what we're just hearing, you and Bob Marley. Hey, it's huge. Your other brother did with Beyonce. It's huge. Look, if business people out there will just look at oil, gold, and other pharmaceutical and will not take us serious, I don't know again what we should be doing.
Yeah, so that one, okay, so that's another conversation that is like a whole thing that we need to be able to have. But just one last thing though, and it's got to do with the structures we're talking about. So time and again, I've heard from the Gamro perspective that they've been trying to reach out, that your money be there, come take the money. Yo, and then there's no response from SAC. No, they like the money.
What is it with you and no response? Oh, you don't want the money? Man, I'm your brother. Come on.
No pressure.
To be very honest, that's why I didn't want to like hit on what has to happen, because what has to happen when these dialogues, you don't want to offend anybody when you need them in the process, right? So I'm very careful with questions, like, even if you have an answer at this point. But I think where we are and where we stand and what we're trying to do, we can't stand a chance of putting anybody under the bus and trying to like look down on anything, because it's a whole ecosystem. We all need ourselves. So these conversations, I'm pleading with you, but I can't have it. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Noted.
Right.
So Charlie, big ups to SAC. I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
Young black boy Isaac didn't walk to ask him. So good morning, Mr. Andy. Please ask Sarkodie when he's coming to Tamale so that people.
Okay, so it's part.
So for Kumasi.
Tamale, Kumasi, somewhere in the west, I think it's Cape Otadi, and then we do vote, I think.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Hey, where'd you my? All right. Now Eagle Eye 7 says, Andy Samini says he doesn't need verses to blow. So why is he crying that Sark Blue ticked him for a verse? Anyway, Sark's mentality is really enviable, because how he's able to compose himself and not lose it, even on air, Charlie. I love him for this mindset. Speaking of Samini, so yes,
He's on air.
yeah, there are certain things he says he wants to clarify. Samini, thank you very much for joining us. How are you this morning?
Yes, Andy Dosty. Greetings and greetings to everybody in the studio this morning. I'm doing great, thank you.
Okay.
And I hope everyone is good too.
Yeah, we're very well. So, for me, I woke up to see your tweets, and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So, for clarity, what has SAG done to you?
This whole thing started from Twitter last night, when I just told fans to ask me any question they would want me to answer. So one of them came with a question about whether or not I would work with SAC again, and when was the last time we worked. So I said point blank that I don't think I would need a verse from SAC, but if he ever does need one, I'm not going to do it, because I have my reasons why I said that. So I was telling him, because I know the person that's asking me is obviously a SAC fan and a Samini fan and would want to see that collaboration happen. I have a few instances where SAC has disrespected me, but I didn't bring it out in public. But from how SAC Nation has risen on the Twitter thing and are disrespecting me even further for me coming out to spill the fact that something was done to me some years back that I didn't feel good about. But then I just felt like at 41, I don't have to hold anything back, and I don't have to let anybody feel special in their corner when I know that I felt shortchanged. First of all, when SAC sent me the track for Love Rocks, I did it under 24 hours and sent him the song. Then somewhere along the line, I was in London. He sent me a certain track. I was down in Cuffley in the studio. I did it under 24 hours and sent him the verse. Ask him, anytime he sends me a WhatsApp message, it takes me, less than 5 minutes. I'm good on communication. I don't know about him. It takes me less than 5 minutes. I'll respond to you. I'll tell you the truth, what I'm about, what I can do and what I can't. If you message SAC, he would not respond. And I heard Kwalketi also complain about that. So I thought, okay, maybe that's the way he is. No problem. He's not my friend like that, and he will attest to that. Like, we don't talk, we don't call each other. There's no reason why we should have a beef. Nothing. But my thing here was that when I did everything that he ever asked me to do in time and on time, I expected that he would know that my principles towards work is such that if you can do it, let me know you can. If you can't, cool. I sent him, he expressed interest with my own remix. So yeah, I sent him the original beat, the reggae beat. He did his verse. They sent the files, and then I put the files on a remix beat. Obviously, he wanted to be on the original beat, but I thought that would distort the history of the track, because I have the original track, which is me by myself, and that's how it was a hit. So if it's a remix, if a remix is an interest, let's put it out, but let's put it out as a remix. I don't think it went down too well with him, because he would have loved to be on the bang 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 bang. I know,
But the DJ Fras production.
Exactly. But I wanted him on the Loud City production, which was a remix. So that was out the way. Then fast forward down the line, because I know I've done more than just one feature for him, and he just put one out. I know that I can always feel free and ask for any track I want him on if I feel like he would work with it. So I told him I'm working on something, I need him on it. And he said, okay, send me a few, let me see what I feel about them. I send you 3 tracks, you choose one. And then you ask me, is it an album or is it a single or what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm working on an EP and this is the very last track. We were talking in, I think, in April or something, and I wanted to release the thing in July. I told him this is the very last track. He's like, cool. And then fast forward down the line, Sark never responded. He never said anything about the song. He never did the song. Anytime I would ask what's up, it's a blue tick. He can go on his WhatsApp, WhatsApp right now and check my last messages to him. Even my invitation to the listening of my EP. He read it and it was blue tick. So me, I know they take that too personal, but I know that's how he rolls. But when the fans came at me, like, okay, why am I feeling too entitled by saying, hey, I asked him for a verse and he didn't do it? Here's the background to what I mean by I would not expect to do anything with him, because if I ask him for a track or if I have an arrangement for him to send me a track, he would delay me. But I don't delay people. Luckily for me, I don't need anybody's verse or anybody's chorus to make a hit song. You can play my catalog. The only song I have on my catalog that's a hit song featuring someone else is Wizkid's Time Bomb. Yes, reverse the roles. You can tell me how many Sark songs that has people on there. That's what I told his people on the Twitter platform, because they were getting me furious by making me feel like me from 2001 is kissing Sark's backside, Sark from 2009 for a verse. When fans are those that ask for these things, otherwise, I per se, if you check my catalog, I would not need an additional voice on my song necessarily to make any waves. When I put him on my own remix, where did it go? It could not surpass my own itself. That is the strength I have over my creativity. You know, I don't have anything against Sark, which is what I said in the tweet.
Okay.
But I was offended the way he treated me, and that is where I pegged him from that time till today. I don't message Sark for anything. He doesn't message me for anything.
Okay, so
going forward, I would not seek a verse from him, knowing how he can delay and distort my plans.
Okay, so Sark, all right. So with all this, so your fury is not about Sark, but rather the fans. Is that what?
Yes, it's not about Sark. It was about the fans, because I explained to one fan who asked me a question: would you ever do a song with Sark? And I don't feel like it's time to close. Throw dust into people's eyes or cover people's deeds to make them seem like everything is calm when it's really not. There's other people in the industry who have done serious things to me that I've been quiet about. You see this Appear-Tus and 5-5 issue. I have a classical issue that I don't want to even talk about right now. But one day it will come out, and we'll have to mention names and show who has been on road with someone's album forever and didn't pay a dime for it, and went and put it online and said it was theirs 100% when they know who the executive producer is. Have I come out to talk about this before? No. Yes, so I'm not like emotional, just ranting about things that hurt me. But if I'm asked a question and I feel like this is the time to educate people and let people know how people are actually treating people on the ground as compared to how people make it seem when they come and they sugarcoat things. Sark, you know, force for me. He did a baby, listen. You know, force for me. You be my small boy, you know that. We did on the Sark was the first guy that rapped and said he wants to blow and become like Samini in one of his very first raps. Later on, when he went out and said, Kobisa Yogi Dogi de Sonny Bali de Kobisa Sonny Bali de Yogi de Samini. I mean, besides, said, then Yogi de Samini. No. After about radio, so they asked him, he said he's not really a Samini fan, so he doesn't really listen to the songs like that, so he doesn't know the song they're talking about. Same guy that said in his earlier freestyles that he wants to be like Samini. Guess what? Here is the Samini in 2023 still, my guy. Don't play. All
right, Samini. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. I'm so grateful.
It's a forum. It's a forum. If I'm privileged, I would like to hear a response from my brother. Say he's there in the studio.
We'll have a conversation.
All right. Okay. So he says, well, if you heard him correctly, he says you will have a conversation. Well, thank you very much.
No, we won't have a conversation.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
No, people might
All
think
right.
you cut him.
Right. Sorry.
People might think you cut him off.
People might
I
think.
beg, when they call him again, just so that people don't read.
Right,
meanings.
because I please, if you can call him back, I'll be grateful.
And you
If they're like, no, because
so it's all friendly and I'm casting now, but I want to say.
Well, I understand.
You get me. So, but it's all good. Him feeling like that, I don't have any control over that. I can only say sorry to how he feels, not necessarily because I agree with everything he's saying, but if that's how he feels, I don't think I have any. But my dream creating the things that he's talking about, and to make some things clear, I said in the beginning, I treat things differently from how people would treat things. So every person in this industry has some. I wouldn't call it pain because I don't care, because that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen to you. Everybody has something happening to them, So I get it. He has expressed, if you want to take people to call and say, Sarkodie does things for me quick, you have 1,000 people who also say it. And then you have some people who also say, what did I say? I told Bulldog, it's about the music. I just recorded, not because the music is not good. You could hear a song that is so good, but maybe you don't hear yourself. You're trying to find a pocket in the song, and then one day you do it. And then some songs, when they send it to you, it's like 2 seconds. Probably if I send you a song and then you really loved it in that moment, you did it. I didn't figure it out. I'm not talking about him. It could happen as in general. So to my brother, I would just definitely say sorry for how he feels, not endorsing the fact that everything he's saying is what I believe in or what I think is the truth. But if he says he feels like that, then yeah, sorry.
Oh no, please.
Just to touch on the Samini, you see, these are two legends here. I'm here to see artists that have been mimicked so much. When Samini was coming up, or Samini was up there were a lot of people sounding like Samini. Today, I can tell you 70 or 75% of the people rapping sound like Samini. Like Sarkodie. These are their institutions. I'm hoping this morning will set a new tone for them, and clearly, Sark has apologized. So, Samini, I beg, big man, after here, we could just link up and see what's up. No bad blood.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Martinez?
Boss, okay, let me ask you, when are you guys also hitting the studio?
We do Sark?
Yes, you and Sark.
Who and Sark?
Okay, make I also tell you.
Boopa. What is it?
Sark, as it makes Sark cook jollof for house, make I bring my kiddies, come play with the kiddies, make me do music.
Yeah, Bulldog.
Why? Andy, they do music.
You don't come there, my studio, come sleep, come. They're not the way home in studio. Oh my God. Look, you call down Paris right now.
It was raining.
Call down Paris.
Yes, it rained that day.
Ali, I get too many police.
Okay, thank you.
I know you say.
You know, you say.
I said court. You see what people speak?
It's fine, it's fine.
I said police. I said court. They won't go. It not be police.
Okay, great.
Why?
So you don't fear police.
No,
But who know they fear?
They my people.
Paddies.
He was born in the police hospital.
Yeah, so.
Sark, I said make you cook jollof. Make I bring my kids. Make they come play with the kids. And we do them. Oh, Charlie, I'll call you out this time. You know, do them.
So, meaning, come on.
I don't know tomorrow.
You send them the B2A look.
If you go BBC, I'll call you to the station. If you go BBC, I'll call you to the station. Then tell them what you do me. Yeah, go ahead.
When I see Sark, I think the industry is blessed. Right from Check My Flow, Lay Away, throughout to the current track, the Bob Marley collaboration, all we can say is growth. And someone asked the question that, what is it doing that is keeping him relevant or getting him the height he's reached now? I think from his earlier point, he made mention that he has a business partner who advises him on some of the things to go. So I believe that as an artist, if you're also aspiring to be big, to get there, these are some of the points he's laid down. And you need to follow. At least get a business partner who will help you. You have the creative ideas, but then you need someone to also handle that part. And I think maybe some people don't know. And I'm happy he said that. It also has to do with vision. He knew where he was going. And so I'm not too surprised. And I believe everyone here is not that surprised because we saw that we saw that well in him. We saw that strength in him. Whatever is happening with regards to people having issues, we understand once we are all humans, once in a while people will have issues with us. Just that it looks there are too many. But then I believe that it's understanding. I'm happy he's apologized to Samini. The beauty of his presence here is about the collaboration and the album. And so this came up, but then I think it is soft. Bulldog has also passed his comment on that. I believe that Samini will let it rest. This album is big. I have said it on a different platform that we need to celebrate. We need to document this, even how he got this opportunity and all of that, so that the generations coming up will have something to learn. And with all, everything will be fine in the industry. We should protect Sark. When you go wrong, we have to...
Let's pray for him.
Yes. We have to...
Don't let us do to Nkrumah. Don't let us do what we did to Nkrumah to Sarkodie.
Let's protect him.
Right.
If you go wrong, we can express our views. Let's correct him. But we need to protect Sark, because if it's no more, we won't have Sark again. We will have others come do their part. But looking at what Sarkodie has delivered over the years as a rapper for Ghana and Africa, I mean, other countries would have been very blessed, even wish Sarkodie is from there. So yes, if you go wrong, let's say it, but let's protect Sark, because he's made rap very exciting. He took it from where Bravo and Co got to, and he's taking it to the next level. So big ups.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Your time, brother. Over time, I said,
So did you have to wake up for Sarkodie to see my property? You could just turn the mic.
Please go ahead.
Did I say mic? Oh, mic.
Bars. Yeah.
Okay, so I think everything has been said. I mean, you guys have bisected and dissected the situation. So I just have just a few things to say, which is the fact that he has proven that even if you have accolades or you have achieved a lot in the industry, it doesn't mean you should remain complacent. And he has proven it by working hard to achieve the height that he's at now, and it should serve as I don't know whether to call it a precautionary tale or it should serve as what's the word? Anyways, people should look up to him, isn't it? People should look up to him as to his resilience and how he's been able to achieve the most in the industry. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
So, listeners, King Sark, man, I'm always thrilled each time you come over. I think I don't know whether I'm the only person that, like, yo, Charlie Mike, why they? I beg more if he come, yeah, I'll come. and yeah, like, here he is. And people are calling, oh, Charlie, you go for like Takoradi. They said you've never been to Takoradi for any interview.
No, but it's been a minute, but I've done that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Dennis is asking, and please ask him which artist will you want to do a joint album with? Wow, that's a joint album. Like Kanye and Jay. Yeah, actually, Sark and Ghana.
Now, I don't know, but I think 2 or 3 years back, we almost did a project. This was me and Kwesi. It wasn't planned.
Kwesi. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we recorded a bunch of songs that I felt like we could put out as a project. Yeah.
So now you don't have anybody in mind?
No.
Hey, you, Charlie. Okay.
But who would you want to see?
I think we've seen Charlie, like you and Obrafo.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
if it's him and Obrafo, then it's Sarkodie has got different faces. And I mean PH, you know. And right now, if it's a rap, it be swag rap. I don't want the swag rap. I want the old, you know, like for me, like when he transitioned, just when he transitioned, that particular age.
Charlie,
the songs there.
I was okay. So
like that's what I was telling.
So last week, Hammer tweeted that he's coming back.
Come back.
So
Perfect.
When I was building the studio, he was the first person I told. I'm like, Charlie, why don't you come back? I hesitate time. I say, Charlie, okay, I'm thinking about it. Fortunately, Hammer lives just about 5 or 10 minutes away from my studio. So he came there last week and we're having a discussion like this. And then he was telling me about Sark. He showed me a video of when he brought the A1 bread, came to fry some eggs in his house. And we're having this discussion. I think if Sark would work with someone like Obrafour,
He has to be Hammer.
I'm looking at I'm looking at Obrafour rapping and Sark singing the chorus. I mean, as a producer, that's what I think. Enough of Sark rap. Not all.
Yeah, if it's a project, certainly you want to have all the faces come through.
Like side A.
Yeah,
Obrafour too has metamorphosed into a hook master.
Oh, that thing has always been like that. He's always
I think he's always had a love for singing, even more than rap.
So,
But Rob, talking about
could go
the
either
rap,
ways.
have you listened to Anything? I think that was
Anything, yeah.
last album.
No, but you see,
Previous album.
Anything wouldn't get to him because even the production still has this new era feel. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But at the same time, these two things, if I tend to do the one that you're talking about, I'll also miss out on a certain crowd.
Which I was just telling Boo that your song, like the kind of music that you guys are doing now, Ghanaians, it's not everybody that has gotten there. Yeah, we are still there. Like in the so.
But I got you in Easter though. Don't worry.
We be home.
No, a lot packed.
You heard it here first.
For Easter. So I'll be dropped because I know it's deliberate. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know the songs that will relate to. If I think about Shebad, I'm not thinking.
You're not thinking.
Grounds here will really hold that song. I know that there's places for that song, and I know songs that when I do. Recently, I don't know if you saw Famia was in the building. We did it.
Yeah, I saw. Good. So I saw Famia and Jackie.
Yes, incredible music.
Are they on one song?
No,
or separate?
Separate. Yeah.
Are you doing it for them, or it's your?
So
I give you if you say something and he has his line ready, you say shh.
No, so Famia, I have a verse for him, and it's vice versa. So, yeah.
Is it for an album?
No, that's the thing I don't know.
So
yes,
you just go pile them up.
I don't record and say I'm about to do it. I've never done that, so I'll just record. If it feels like it, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Have you heard the red letter from Amrado?
Yes. Amrado always kills it, So yes, I tweeted. I told him I'm on it. Yeah.
Wow. We are about wrapping up. I think there's one. I saw one incredible. That was. Okay, yeah, Sammy T Peakline. I think I just read that about the red letter. And Nana says, Andy, please asking Sark, when are we seeing him one garden shatter on a world tour to be fired? Quiet, Charlie.
What, myself, Stone and Shatter? That's my prayer.
That you have them all on one stage.
Yes.
World tour. So let's make it happen.
It has to happen.
Right. Now people want to know when this Tema is coming back.
This year.
2023.
Yes.
Sark, you sure?
That's why I wouldn't say it though. If I say it and then they hold me to it. But yes, it's part of the roadmap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. We are about wrapping up. Now, World Cup finished, but action still there. Be a minimum or bet a minimum of 10 Ghana cedis on Betway Aviator and stand a chance of winning amazing and exciting prizes, including vouchers, smartphones, and many more. Sign up and play at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway.com.gh. Let's say a big thank you to Betway. It's the Clash of the Titans. Big Brother Titans is here. Two African giants, Nigeria and South Africa, come together in Biggie's house. The show will stream live 24 hours on the pop-up channels 198 on DSTV and 129 on GoTV. Catch the daily highlights at 9:30 p.m. and eviction shows at 7 p.m. on Sundays on Aquaba Magic DSTV channel 150 and GoTV 101. Dial *59 *759# to stay connected and witness all the drama and excitement in the epic season of Big Brother Titans. Now with the Jams album, so what? How's it doing?
Yes, so we're yet to drop the Countryside video and Sheba, your record. That video is also
it's ready.
And then I have two videos that is already shot. The Confirm and then 1 Million CD. So, yes, I'm actually using this year to focus on ending jams. So countryside, definitely we have to put icing on the cake. The visuals is long overdue. So yes, I'm still pushing it.
Do you rest?
A lot.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
No, the way like.
Oh, as in work-wise, because I record a lot at once. So I can go for like 2-3 months not recording because one night could do 10 to 15. So,
Hey!
Yeah.
Alright, you be true. You wait there with them.
Yeah.
10 to 15.
Yeah.
So the magic shit.
So overnight. No, but I make sure that before Posse G comes, I have the lyrics ready. So what I'll do is I rehearse a lot, and then I have all the verses, and I'll call him. Sometimes in between, I'll let him come and just take 2 and go. But at a go, I could do easily 10, 15. Yeah. So you can have like a whole 2-3 months and not working because I have music packed from. I might not even give you clues, but we have people you have thought in Ghana that you don't think I have songs with them. We still have it in the vault, not touched. And these are like 6-7 years ago. So, and all still relevant now. So yeah.
Gospel?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
That's high life, hip hop, everything.
Wow. Charlie, I beg you. Oh man, this jam. When you go and nod your head like some lizard, people they as you say, guys, munya rough, no. Sarkodie, thank you very much for coming, man.
boss.
Thank you.
If I do that before you go left, before
Which
play
one?
the song.
Yeah, make it Bobby head.
Make you know that that's the signature to the whole album.
Yo, let it go.
I can't hear it in both.
Oh.
Send the money pile up for the countryside. If you don't want to go see the people, we stuck for the ride inside.
Man, Kid Song, man. Thank you very much for coming, brother. Thank you, man. We love you. God bless you, man.